Hello everyone, welcome back. We are dealing with a decision that we need to make here with regard to the Mages Collective. So we can either deliver the testimony that we have received to this Knight Commander Tavish in Denerim, who's interested in accusation of blood magic among the collective, or we can deliver the bundle testimony to Knight Commander Harith in Redcliffe to silence accusations of blood magic. So I'm not a fan of blood magic, so I think we're going to do the Knight Commander Tavish in Denerim. All right, let's get a few of the teammates together to go do this. All right. I think this is him right here. Yep, that is.
Turn your attention elsewhere. My business does not concern you.
Well, I have a package of testimonials for you to read. Or I have something you might be interested in. Either one of these is probably going to get the same response.
Testimonies? Ah, yes, as I suspected. My superiors will be very interested in this evidence. I think you have spelled the end of the Mages Collective. Have a well-earned rest, my friend. You have done the Maker's work.
So we defied the collective. Probably not going to go good for them. But I sense that was all about blood magic anyway to begin with, and not my favorite thing, so... I think all we have left, we have two things left. One I probably am not going to be able to do here, which is this change in leadership. Because we ran into him and I didn't kill him. So recommendation would be either to do it or not do it when it happens. Because I don't know that it's going to let me do that now, so... that's the last thing that we have left other than the Landsmeet. So let's head to the Landsmeet. See if we can... So I think we just go talk to the Arl. No, take that back. We haven't talked to Anora yet. Where is she? There she is. Alright, let's talk to her first. Hi, Anora.
Hello again, Warden. It is good that you came to speak with me. I realize that my actions at Howe's estate may not have painted me in the best light.
You think?
For that, I apologize and hope that we can start again. I will be blunt. I can see that your voice will be a strong one in days to come. It is to you that Eamon listens, and with good reason. My father must be stopped. But once that is done, Ferelden will need a ruler. I would welcome your support for my throne.
You think you are a better candidate than Alistair?
Do you disagree? You are a fellow Grey Warden. What do you think of Alistair's potential to rule? Never mind his willingness.
I think he would do fine, actually.
Alistair seems like a kind, well-meaning man, and biddable enough. These are admirable qualities, if not kingly ones. He also seems to be a fine Grey Warden, which is exactly why he should remain one and serve the kingdom by defeating the Darkspawn.
So just how do you know so much about him?
Kaelin knew of Alistair. It was Arl Eamon that kept Alistair out of the courts, as Merrick had desired. Oh, there are some who would follow Alistair out of respect for his Therin blood. The others would see this as Eamon grabbing for power. Who else do you think Alistair would turn to for help? Eventually, the nobility would return to the old days of constant warring with each other. Alistair's weakness would destroy everything Merrick built.
What's your alternative?
I have ruled this nation on Kaelin's behalf for many years. I am a great queen, and as beloved by my people as I love them. Ferelden needs an effective ruler with experience to see it through the Blight and after. That is not Alistair. Thus I say again, I would welcome your support for the throne if you would give it.
Yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I agree that there is much to be done before the Landsmeet, but don't you think plans should still be made for what will follow? I do.
Are you proposing an alliance?
That is exactly what I am proposing. When the time comes, you support my bid in the Landsmeet to remain on the throne. You will be seen as my father's enemy, yet you will be in support of his daughter. You will be seen as supporting the interests of Ferelden, as opposed to solely those of the Grey Wardens. In return, I add my voice to yours. Do you see? Together we can do what alone we cannot.
I hate to propose this, but there's absolutely no way that my character can marry Alistair because he's not allowed to marry an elf. So why don't you marry Alistair, the best of both worlds?
Ignoring that the man looks so much like Kaelin, my recently dead husband, if you'll recall, my main fear is that he might govern like Kaelin as well. And are you so truly eager to pawn the lad off on me anyway? I rather got the sense that you two might be.
You've never heard of a political marriage?
That is how my own marriage to Kaelin began. It still became more, in time. This doesn't bother you.
Of course it bothers me, but, that's not your concern.
I see. So be it then. Alistair does have Therin blood. It is the one thing I do not have, truth be told. A union might be considered a compromise, but is this something Alistair even desires?
I think I could convince him.
Let me say this. If Alistair is willing to stand back and allow me to continue governing the nation, then I would be willing to have him as my king. It is my understanding that governing does not appeal to him anyhow. If that is so, this is a compromise I can live with.
Why would you agree? Why would he agree to those terms? Why would he agree to those terms?
Do you foresee me agreeing to place an untried, unwilling man on the throne otherwise? One whose largest decisions to date have consisted of which shoe to put on first? If it will settle matters more quickly, I am willing to agree to this. But only if it will benefit Ferelden.
I will speak to him.
Do so. I will be interested to hear what he has to say.
Oh, he's gonna be mad about it. Ugh. I've never done this option. The last time I romanced Alistair, I was a noble, and I basically told her to go to hell. In this one, not possible. So
I'm guessing someone told Anora I was planning to steal her throne. She has a nasty glare. She wants to be queen. I get it. I don't trust her any more than her father, but I get it.
what do you think about her?
They say that Anora is smart, determined. She's supposedly the one who's really ruled here, not Kaelin. She's her father's daughter. Me? I say that's where the problem lies. People like her and her father always think they're the only ones who can fix things. So everyone should just stay out of their way. What do you think? When the Landsmeet comes, you might even have a say.
I think you'll make a fine king.
You say that now. Just wait, I'm full of surprises. So, I just saw Anora not long
Okay.
ago. Strange
You said
story.
that.
She gave me the strangest look. Like she was sizing up whether the cow was ready for slaughter. I asked her why. You know what she said? It would be like marrying his twin. I misheard that, right? Tell me I misheard.
You don't look that much like Kaylin. Gosh, I hate this part. Crap. You don't look that much like Kaylin.
Why would you do that? What about us?
It doesn't have to change anything.
I suppose so. It just seems strange that you should be the one to bring this up. Why do you think I should do this then? Tell me.
She can rule while you lead, or I think it's the best compromise for peace. Yeah, I think she can rule while you lead. It's perfect.
You might have something there. All right. You've convinced me. If it comes to that, I'll agree to marry her. Make her help us all. Go and tell her, if you think it's a good idea. Me? I think I need a drink. Or 10.
Crap. Well, the other option would just be to put him on the throne. Without Anora.
Well, have you spoken to my lucky betrothed yet? Or will we be reduced to passing notes?
He's agreed to your terms.
He has? I wasn't expecting that, to tell you the truth. To marry Kaylin's brother. Well, I suppose stranger things have happened. If it will truly help matters... And what of you, Warden? What will become of you once I am married?
Alistair can make up his own mind.
If that were true, you would not have been needed for this conversation. Kaylin had his women. He was thoughtful enough to keep them discreet. But I always knew. Am I to have yet another husband whose eyes lie elsewhere? If so, I would appreciate knowing now.
I'm not going anywhere.
I see. Then all I wish is that you two do not embarrass me. That is, I think, not unfair to ask. Is this it, then? I agree to marry Alistair, to retain my throne, and in exchange I give you my support. If not, then tell me now.
Yeah, marry Alistair, and you have my support.
Done. So, we have a deal, Warden. I trust you'll keep your end of the bargain. Now,
Maybe.
I suppose, comes the task of dealing
Maybe
with my
not.
father. That will be no small feat, of course, but I am certain you already know this. I imagine you have much to do. Is there anything else you needed from me?
I have some questions.
Ask me whatever you like.
Does it make you feel uncomfortable siding against your father?
Of course it does. Do you think me heartless? But how much
Yes,
worse would
I
I
do.
be to calmly stay at the side of a man who murdered my husband?
Did you love Caitlin?
It seems a strange word to describe a marriage our parents arranged when he was newly born and I still in swaddling clothes, but yes, I loved him. He was reckless, impetuous, and charming. Had he not been king, he would have made a dashing rogue for a band of players. We were a good pairing. He would not have wanted the burden of ruling any more than I would have liked to remain the silent wife in my husband's shadow.
Why did Logain leave Caitlin to die, do you know?
Caitlin was so idealistic. The world was his storybook and he was the hero. My father is different. He's an idealist too, but he knows what idealism costs. They often clashed, but never seriously, never for long. Caitlin would always come round to Father's way of thinking eventually. And then the Blight came. Caitlin dreamed of uniting all the nations of Thedas against the Darkspawn. It was a dream he wouldn't surrender. What my father saw, however, was the boy he had swaddled inviting Orlesian troops back into the land he had fought to free of them. And for once, my poor, foolish husband wouldn't back down.
We should tell people what really happened to Caitlin.
They would not believe it, most of them, even from my lips. Logain is a hero they've looked up to their whole lives. Far easier to believe you or me a liar than him a murderer and tyrant. That's why it will be critical to find some way to discredit him before the Landsmeet. We must have proof of my father's crimes for the bands, or they will never believe us.
I'm sorry for your loss.
It was more than just my own loss. But I thank you all the same.
Another question.
Ask me whatever you like.
What do you think will happen after the Landsmeet?
Do you want me to try my luck at fortune-telling?
Yeah, I do.
There was an old woman who read palms in the village of Gwarren when I was a child. She told me that I would have 10 children and be bald as a winter heath when I grew up. I can't say I put much faith in foretelling. What will happen depends much on you, Warden. But you certainly knew that already.
I'd like to understand Logain better, if possible.
Well, he was once a farmer when he was a boy, if you can believe it. I never could myself. He's useless with plants, for one thing. I remember my mother once asking his help with a sick rose vine. My mother oversaw the rose gardens personally. He touched it. No more than that. And it shed half its leaves like a dog with mange. She never asked for him to help with her roses again. He bought her another one, though. He carried it back from Denerim with the branches overflowing his saddlebag. Despite the thorns tearing him bloody, he wouldn't let anyone else take it. He wanted to be the one to present it to her. My father has his faults, Warden, but he is far from common.
Is he truly beyond reason?
I hope not, but I fear it is so, yes.
Why would he have ever trusted Arl Howe?
Trust would perhaps be putting it too strongly. My father knew what Howe was, and while I despised the man, I knew that father relied on his political mind. I expect my father thought himself above being influenced by the snake. Truly, I wonder how many of these acts stemmed from Howe and not my father at all. We may never know.
Did he plan on overthrowing Caitlin before Ostagar?
I'm not sure. I had no inkling of my father's plans until Caitlin was already dead. I would like to think that my father planned for the worst, but did not truly decide that Caitlin was a lost cause until that moment in Ostagar. The alternative is difficult to imagine.
Why doesn't he back down?
Because he believes he is right, Warden. He thinks he is the only one who can see Ferelden out of its current crisis, even if it is one he helped engineer. My father is capable of remarkable blindness, but it stems from his love of Ferelden. That is the saddest part of all, I think.
Another question?
Ask me whatever you like.
All right, we're done asking questions. All right,
Then I
we
wish
should
you
go.
luck, Warden.
So that is the only way to resolve that. If you romance him and you're not a noble, the only way to resolve it is to, I guess, let him marry her or not marry anyone, but in that case, he does, I think. Well, no spoilers here. But anyway, let's talk to him again and see where we're at.
I haven't been here in a while. They've changed the dining room. Ask away.
Same topics. I have some questions.
Of course.
Oh, never mind. We've asked all those. All right, so we're done talking to him, I guess. Can't open any of these chests around here unless you're a rogue. Riordan, hey, hello.
Hello again, friend. It looks as though you're no worse for wear after your stay in Fort Draken.
Could you tell me about that vault again?
It's located just off the Market District in the northern alley past the Old Noble Tavern. I'll sketch out the code which will let you pass the lock wheel. Inside you can take your pick of whatever equipment remains. It is the stockpile the Wardens have kept for centuries for the defense of Denerim.
Did you know Duncan very well?
We went through our joining together, more years ago than I like to remember. He was exactly the same back then, tough as stone and just as grizzled. I think he understood sooner than the rest of us how ugly a choice it is to let the few be sacrificed to protect the many. Always left himself a soft spot for his recruits, though. Only way he ever let himself down.
I was hoping I could learn a bit more about Grey Wardens.
Well, I'd be happy to tell you what I know, but it seems to me that you've picked the important parts up yourself. Be firm in your beliefs, protect people from their own ignorance, and be as loyal as you can to your brothers, even knowing you'll share their deaths.
How many Wardens are there?
It's tough to say. Only the fortress in Weishaupt has every record. But there are certainly a few dozen or hundreds in every nation in Thedas. The Anderfells are home to over 1,000. It's almost like the Archdemon chose Ferelden deliberately, knowing how unguarded it is.
Have you ever been to the fortress in Weishaupt?
Once only, and I'd rather not go again. It's far, lass, and very foreign. The Wardens there, they fight darkspawn like you and me, but they're shaped by the winters there and the forest. They're a cold group and don't care like they should about the rest of the world. Their king is weak, and many Anders look to the Wardens to rule. I hate to say this, but some of them seem to want it that way.
How were the Wardens founded?
It was near 1,200 years ago, and no one knows for sure, except that it began with a group of Anders soldiers. Apparently, they defected from their king's army, vowing that fighting the Blight was more important, and traveled all the way to Tevinter themselves. Were the first ones to track down the Archdemon Dumat, and the ones to slay him, though none survived the battle. But they had picked up followers by then, and it was they who formally founded the Order, and were recognized by Thedas.
Why has it been so long since the last Blight?
Archdemons don't awaken on their own, you know. It takes the Darkspawn, tunneling and tunneling, searching for centuries to find one. And with no one to lead them, it must be sheer chance, or maybe instinct, which leads them. What's surprising isn't that it takes so long between Blights. What's surprising is that they succeed at all. But I imagine the old gods call to them, and it's that voice in the darkness which drives them through so many generations.
I guess that's all for now.
The important thing to remember is, none of that matters. When you're facing Darkspawn, all you need to know is to stop them at all costs.
All right. So he gave us the code for that vault. We need to head out and see if we can need to go access that vault right quick.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Dwarven craft. Fine dwarven craft. Much better.
All right, let's see if we can get in here now. Alright, did we get everything? Alright, we're giving Alistair Duncan's shield.
This shield. It's Duncan's, isn't it? That's his crest.
You said you wanted something to remember him by.
I did. I really did. I just never expected. Thank you. Truly, I had no idea his shield wasn't with him. This is perfect. I don't know how to express my gratitude. This means a great deal to me.
I thought it might.
I'll treasure this. Thank you.
Yay, we got the +5 back that we lost from making him marry Anora. What other gifts did we have? Alright. Let's see if we need to equip it. It already is equipped. I think if it's equipped with his sword, it's more powerful, but let me see here. That topsider sword does so much damage. Well, I think I will leave it as is. Okay. Well, we'll leave that as is.
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts.
Yeah, that change in leadership is the only thing that we did not do. So, hopefully it doesn't have a big impact. We'll just have to see. Alright, we've talked to him, we've talked to her. Don't think there's anyone else we need to talk to. I think we are good.
Ah, there you are. I was about to send out a search party. I've been hearing of a great commotion in the alienage. What exactly happened there?
I have proof Logain was involved in slave trading.
Make her forgive me. I should be appalled that such a thing could exist here. But I'm overjoyed you can implicate Logain. We must end the civil war quickly. What the Blight does not corrupt in this land, politics surely will. The last of our allies have arrived in the city. We cannot delay any longer. I will call for the Landsmeet to convene. Bring Alistair and join me at the palace as soon as you are ready, Warden.
I hope Eamon doesn't expect me to give a speech. Maker, he probably does, doesn't he? Oh.
Yes, Alistair, he probably does. I mean, you are going to be king. Oh, I don't want to take you. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Puppers.
Yes.
I do have my A-team. Off to the royal palace. Unless we get stopped and can kill that guy. Doesn't look like it. I think we're done.
Warden, I am not surprised it has come to this. And Alistair, if you were even remotely worthy of being called Merrick's son, you would already be in the Landsmeet, now wouldn't you? You have torn Ferelden apart to oppose the very man who ensured you were born into freedom. But do not think you will get past me to desecrate the Landsmeet itself. The nobles of Ferelden will confirm my lord as regent, and we can finally put this to rest once you are gone.
Do you really not see what Loghain has become?
I'm aware that he has changed. It has been difficult for him to realize his own countrymen would turn against him. I'm not surprised he is bitter. But he is still a great man, one of the best Ferelden has seen.
To support his war, he sold his own people into slavery.
What was he supposed to do? You and Eamon were harassing him at every side, forcing him to empty the treasury to fight you. He never wanted a civil war. After Kaelin died, everyone was supposed to rally, come together to fight the Darkspawn without crying to Orlais for aid. He never anticipated Merrick's bastard would challenge the throne and force this war.
Well, how can you support the man who killed your king?
Kaelin was a fool. He grew up a spoilt child in his ancestors' palace. He never knew what it was to be hunted, to starve. Maybe the Grey Wardens killed him, or maybe my lord let him die of his own foolishness. Either way, it may have saved Ferelden.
So now you admit Loghain may have killed him.
Fine, you're right. What would you have me say, Warden? Loghain is a great man, but his hatred of Orlais has driven him to madness. He has done terrible things. I know it. But I owe him everything. I cannot betray him. Do not ask me to.
Then let me stop him. You know it's the only way.
I wish I had died at Ostagar rather than live to see this moment. Stop him, Warden. Stop him from betraying everything he once loved. Please, show mercy. Without Loghain, there would be no Ferelden to defend.
Interesting.
My lords and ladies of the Landsmeet, Tyrn Loghain would have us give up our freedoms, our traditions, out of fear. He placed us on this path,
yet we should place our destiny in his hands? Must we sacrifice everything good about our nation to save it?
A fine performance, Aemon. But no one here is taken in by it. You would attempt to put a puppet on the throne, and every soul here knows it. The better question is who will pull the strings. Ah! Here we have the puppeteer. Tell us, Warden, how will the Orlesians take our nation from us? Will they deign to send their troops, or simply issue their commands through this would-be prince? How much Ferelden blood does Orlesian gold buy these days?
I'm not the one who betrayed Ferelden.
Some of us are curious, Loghain, about precisely what happened at Ostagar.
So, one of Kaelin's killers would dare speak of betrayal. You led our king to his death with your grandiose tales of griffins flying into battle.
You sold Ferelden's citizens into slavery to fund your war.
What's this? There is no slavery in Ferelden! Explain yourself!
There is no saving the alienage. Damage from the riots has yet to be repaired. There are bodies still rotting in their homes. It is not a place I would send my worst enemy. There is no chance of holding it if the Blight comes here. Despite what you may think, Warden, I have done my duty. Whatever my regrets may be for the elves, I have done what was needed for the good of Ferelden.
Then you should be supporting Merrick's son.
Indeed. Do we not owe it to Merrick to see his son on the throne?
If he were a true son of Merrick, I would not hesitate to swear fealty to him. But I see nothing of Merrick in this pup. But enough of this. I have a question for you, Warden. What have you done with my daughter?
We're discussing your crimes here.
You took my daughter, our queen, by force, killing her guards in the process. What arts have you employed to keep her? Does she even still live?
I believe I can speak for myself. Lords and ladies of Ferelden, hear me. My father is no longer the man you know. This man is not the hero of Riverdane. This man turned his troops aside and refused to protect your king as he fought bravely against the Darkspawn. This man seized Kaelin's throne before his body was cold and locked me away so I could not reveal his treachery. I would have already been killed, if not for this Grey Warden.
The Queen speaks the truth.
So, the Warden's influence has poisoned even your mind, Anora. I wanted to protect you from this. My lords and ladies! Our land has been threatened before! It's been invaded and lost and won times beyond counting. We Fereldans have proven that we will never truly be conquered so long as we are united. We must not let ourselves be divided now. Stand with me, and we shall defeat even the Blight itself!
Southreach stands with the Grey Wardens.
The Warden helped me personally in a family matter.
Waking Sea stands with the Grey Warden.
Dragon's Peak supports the Warden!
Western Hills is with you, Loghain. Make her help us.
I stand by Loghain. We've no hope of victory otherwise.
I stand with the Warden. The Blight is coming. We need the Grey Wardens.
The Landsmeet is against you, Loghain. Step down gracefully.
Traitors! Which of you stood against the Orlesian Emperor when his troops flattened your fields and raped your wives? You fought with us once, Eamon. You cared about this land once. Before you got too old and fat and content to even see what you risk. None of you deserve a say in what happens here. None of you have spilled blood for this land the way I have. How dare you judge me?
Call off your men, and we'll settle this honorably.
Then, let us end this. I suppose we both knew it would come to this. When we first met at Ostagar, I would never have thought so, but Ostagar seems like it happened in another lifetime to someone else. A man is made by the quality of his enemies. Marek told me that once. I wonder if it's more a compliment to you or me. Enough! Let the Landsmeet declare the terms of the duel.
It shall be fought according to tradition. A test of arms, in single combat until one party yields. And we, who are assembled, will abide by the outcome.
Will you face me yourself, or have you a champion?
I'll fight this duel myself.
It is you or me the men will follow. So, let us fight for it. Prepare yourself.
How dare you knock me down?
Let's get started.
To victory!
Let's get started. On it. This should be easy. Right. This should be easy.
I will
on it.
prevail!
Let's get started. Right.
I'm Marek and the Maker!
Let's get started. Right. On it. Let's get started. This should be easy enough.
I underestimated you, Warden.
I had to use a lot of health potions there.
You were like Kaelin, a child wanting to play at war. I was wrong. There's a strength in you that I have not seen anywhere since Marek died. I yield.
I accept your surrender.
I didn't just hear you say that. You're going to let him live? After everything he's done? Kill him already!
Wait, there is another option. The Taean is a warrior and general of renown. Let him be of use. Let him go through the joining.
You want to make him a warden. Why?
There are 3 of us in all of Ferelden, and there are compelling reasons to have as many wardens on hand as possible to deal with the Archdemon.
The joining itself is often fatal, is it not? If he survives, you gain a general. If not, you have your revenge. Doesn't that satisfy you?
Absolutely not! Riordan, this man abandoned our brothers and then blamed us for the deed. He hunted us down like animals. He tortured you. How can we simply forget that?
No, he has to die for his crimes.
You can't do this.
Yes, I can.
My father may have been wrong, but he is still a hero to the people.
Anora. Hush. It's over.
Stop treating me like a child. This is serious.
Daughters never grow up, Anora. They remain 6 years old with pigtails and skinned knees forever.
Father.
Just make it quick, Warden. I can face the Maker knowing that Ferelden is in your hands.
Alistair, would you like to do this?
I will. I owe that to Duncan.
So it is decided. Alistair will take his father's throne.
Wait, what? No! When did this get decided? Nobody's decided that. Have they?
So much for our plan to rule together. If Alistair would rather not have the throne, I am more than willing to take it.
I hardly think you're the appropriate person to mediate this, Anora. Warden, will you help us?
I need to talk to Alistair first.
I hope your route is clear here.
What do you think I should do?
Make me king. Anora isn't an option.
I'm ready to choose.
As the arbiter of this dispute, what is your decision? Who will lead Ferelden?
Wow, that option is there? Huh. Holy moly. Well, let's give it a whirl. Alistair will be king and I'll rule beside him.
I don't think that would work. The Landsmeet barely wants to accept me. They'll never accept a queen who isn't from a noble family.
Then I believe Alistair and Anora plan to marry and rule joint.
Plans change. Nothing could convince me to marry my father's murderer.
Aha. Then Alistair will take the throne himself then.
This is where I wake up, usually. Or everyone points and laughs because I've no clothes on.
Anora, the Landsmeet has decided against you. You must now swear fealty to our king, and relinquish all claim to the throne for yourself and your heirs.
If you think I will swear that oath, Eamon, you know nothing of me.
Anora, be reasonable.
Reason clearly had nothing to do with your choice, Warden.
We cannot leave Ferelden in a state of civil war. We must have unity. If she will not swear fealty to you, Alistair, and renounce her claim to the throne, she is a threat to us all.
Put her in the tower for now. If I fall against the Blight, then she can have her throne. If not, then we'll see.
You would give me a chance for the throne after all this?
I said if I fall, Anora. If I fall, the throne falls to you. I won't kill you while there's a chance that could happen. Somebody has to treat this Blight seriously.
That is uncharacteristically wise of you.
Yes, well, don't let it get around. I have a reputation.
Very well then. Guards, take her away. Your Highness, would you address the Landsmeet?
Oh, that would be me, right? I never knew him, but from all I've heard of my father, what defined him was his commitment to protecting this land.
Just get to the Blight already.
I was getting there. Anyway, the Blight, yes. I may be Merrick's son, but I am also a Grey Warden. I took an oath. I swore I would stand and fight the Darkspawn, no matter the cost to myself. I can't break that oath just to wear the crown. I have to go with my fellow Warden to face the Blight. When the Blight is over, I'll come back and take up my duties, whatever they are, as king. Until then, I think Al Eamon will have to be my regent.
Then I can do Merrick's memory no less honor than you do. I accept. And may the Maker bless your efforts against the Darkspawn.
My fellow Grey Warden will, I hope, take Loghain's place as the leader of my armies. Shall we finish this thing together?
I could do no less, my king.
Everyone, get ready to march! It's going to take all of Ferelden's strength to survive this Blight. But we will face it, and we'll defeat it! We'd better get going. Ferelden is depending on us. We need to talk. I'm not going to question why you made me king. I even think I'm starting to come around on the idea anyhow. It could be an interesting future for me. But being king, that raises some questions about us. About you and me.
Well, I thought you were in love with me.
I am. But this is all I can think about since the Landsmeet. First, there's the fact that both you and I are Grey Wardens. It's not just a question of obligation, but of blood. You know that Grey Wardens don't usually live to become old, right?
Well, yeah, I'm aware of that.
As king, I'll be required to have a child. Even more so because my death is assured. That's assuming that someone with the taint can or even should have a child.
Don't Grey Wardens have children?
Not with each other. Even one parent having tainted blood means having children is not recommended. All the Grey Wardens I knew with children had them before they joined the Order. I will need to find a wife. One who can bear a child. Who will live to raise it. I don't relish it, but I will have a duty as the king. I love you. More than I ever thought possible. But I have to face what this means. I can't run away from it anymore.
Nobody can force the king to do anything he doesn't want.
You mean marry who I want? Carry on with whomever I want? You don't think that would be very unfair? To my wife as well as you?
Well, yes, I do. But in this situation, being king is not a punishment, Alistair.
You're right. Of course you're right. Damn them all anyhow. If they want to make me king, then I'll be king. And I'll do exactly what I want to do. I feel like such an idiot for bringing this up now. Can you ever forgive me?
Well, maybe. But you'll have to earn it, I think.
Oh, that sounds rather saucy. We'll have to discuss my punishment later on, I see. Al Eamon has left for Redcliffe. He says the army has gathered there and is almost ready to march. As soon as we're ready, we should head to Redcliffe ourselves. The Blight awaits, right?
Interesting choices. Never done that one before, so alright. Very interesting. I think I've got enough magic. Let's go with that. Want some more combat skill. Let's see. Go with that. Oh, we got 2 points to spend. Okay. Everybody's got upgrades going into this last bit. I need her to stay alive. Let's do that. Well, I'm not sure what I want him to have. It really doesn't matter at this point. Well, what do we do? Guess I'll give her that, just in case she has to switch weapons. got a lot of magic. Let's do that. All right. All right, is that everybody? Think so. All right, this is where we're going to end this episode. As you can see, that Landsmeet has a lot of different endings that are possible depending on the choices that you make. Logain was, of course, the secret companion. If you kill him, you don't get him as a companion. If you don't kill him, he becomes a warden. And the maps that are a gift are for him in the event that that happens. If not, you can give those maps to anyone after his death, and that will improve their affinity scores for you. All right, that's it, and have a good one. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching.